This is usually a real lively one, but it's hard for me to sit still and sing it.
She looks like she just stepped out of the bandbox. She's just beautiful.
Always smiles, always cheerful, and she sees everybody as her brothers and sisters.
Sister Becky, she is an amazing person. She is a role model for lots of women and lots of families here in Lawrence County.
I was born on J Street in Bedford. My grandparents were ministers. Bedford is one of the most remarkable places. The people care. They have a heart for helping.
She used to have a homeless shelter, and her husband Jack, they helped all kinds of families.
I kept passing a little church, and I decided I was going to go visit. And I did, and I met Jesus. And all of a sudden, all the material things meant nothing to me. I found what I was searching for, and he blew up. One day he said, by 3:30 today, you'll either be gone or give that church up. And he took the car, and he took the checking account, and he left me a big cattle truck. I got the kids in the cattle truck, and I started for Indiana. I told the Lord, I'm not going back to him. He was too mean. So one night I had a dream that he was coming over the mountains with a truckload of everything that he had. And sure enough, that's exactly what he was doing. The next day that truck came up over the hill, and I ran out and threw my arms around him, and he moved into that old house, and we fell in love again.
Jack and Becky come up to me about 42 years ago at the laundromat on Lincoln Avenue. My husband and I were having some very serious problems. He was an alcoholic, and he beat on me all the time.
We preached at night in poor places. They didn't have much money. We prayed for everybody food. This big can do it all man that said it wasn't necessary for people to be poor. He had to be brought down. And when he did, he became the most wonderful man.
He knew, Jack knew. And so he went back and talked to Becky, and she come up to me and she said, honey, I'm Sister Becky Ryan. I shared with her what was going on, and she invited me to church, and I had said, if they sing Washed in the Blood, I will go to the altar. And that's the first song he started to sing.
They were taking care of the needy of our community long before it was in vogue to do so, and without much fanfare.
Losing him was the most devastating thing that ever happened. I'd get up in the morning and drive through this area and just scream. I just was screaming so hard. I couldn't do it at home. I was afraid people would be upset or worried. And the Lord spoke to me one morning, and he said, there are ladies, women all over this area in distress just like you are. If you will get involved in their problems, I will help you with your grief. And that's exactly what was the secret of it. We started at church, and by that time, I had taken those two ladies in that were homeless. They put that wall across there, we got beds, and that was the first women's shelter there. At the end of that, there was 200 and some people each day being fed in the basement. It was such an exciting time.
She had to, because of financial reasons, because of health reasons, because of a lot of circumstances, she had to close her shelter down on J Street. And there was a real significant need that Father Rick and many of us saw here.
It's called Becky's Place because she was and is a name here in Lawrence County that is the epitome of being others-centered. All you have to do is say Becky Ryan's, Becky's Place, a transitional housing for women and children. And the community has just wrapped their arms, and the church leaders, the government leaders, all peoples involved have said, okay, because we know if Becky's there, it's going to be a success.
This is not to be minimized. These are life-giving opportunities for which Sister Becky modeled for us so that we can deliver these services. I start to get emotional about it when I think about her and I think about some of the lives that we've addressed.
She has so much love for everyone. She does not judge. She does not discriminate. She doesn't care where you came from. She doesn't care what you have done or who you were. She is one amazing lady.
This is my feelings about Becky Ryan. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not rude. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always hopes. Love never fails. This is Becky Ryan to a T.
When someone lets you know they love you, you feel like you're somebody of worth. I have seen people who have felt like outcasts just by showing them love turn into beautiful people. And that's what Becky's place is for.